Hello, and welcome to Sorcery 102 bonus content episode. We got a kind of an interesting one here. Bobby Ringsley here with me as always. I got Stu. How's it going, Stu?
Yep. Howdy, howdy. Yep. Portland Stew here. Yeah, this is our bonus but also makeup episode. We had a issue with the episode for this week not getting recorded when we thought it was recording. So
Yeah.
we're going
Yeah.
to re record that. And for now, we're just going to have a brief little chat about the latest news, the new reveals of the cards, the sort of uh, leak, not leak of more information about the next set. So yeah, Shark
Yeah,
Boy and Lava Girl.
it's gonna be
Uh,
cool. Hopefully, I'm hopeful that it's gonna be cool. So,
I
so
think it's
what
gonna
are
be
the
cool for at first.
what are the non-spoiler things that we learned? Um,
So what we know now is that, and I'm sure everyone watching this knows this, but uh, the Lavamancer and Shark Boy. Called it Shark Boy and Lava Girl too many times. I can't even remember what it's
yeah,
called now.
it's a Lavamancer
Frost
and
Mage
Frostmage.
are coming out in November.
Yep,
It's gonna be a box that can fit both 100 card decks plus avatars fully sleeved. So that's really cool that
that is
it's
pretty cool.
actually going to be a usable play box. Though it does mean come like February of next year, everyone at your LGS is going to have identical boxes for their decks, even if they're not playing these decks. It's just like the Gothic boxes, but
Pretty much,
it's great. The decks are complete playable constructed decks.
which is really cool. I'm really excited about that. The
Yeah,
fact that they're fully playable and we don't have any more the need to shuffle two precons together to make playable decks. This is really cool. So
yeah.
I'm
Out
happy
of the
about that.
box, you've got a full playable experience. Um, what else do we know about them? Why don't you say some things?
Oh, they're coming out in November. I don't know. They're themed around one deck is Earth, Fire, one is Air, Water. Um, they're like $80 for a set of two decks. We know that there's no foils in them
Yep.
at all. Is what they're saying. So no foils at all. So no chase of buying 30 boxes or whatever to try to get all the
Yeah.
cool foils, which actually kind of surprises me. I was expecting there to be like one foil ordinary, or like one or two foil ordinaries per box, and then like maybe an exceptional. And then I don't know. I was kind of expecting it, but like I don't know. It's interesting to me that
Yeah.
there isn't one, but um,
Yeah. There's no foils. They are coming with special tokens, and you can kind of see in the picture that it looks like on the oh, it's just a disabled token. Okay, so it's just new art for existing things. I wonder if there'll be a new effect.
yeah, maybe.
Um,
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
the decks across both decks, there's 69 new cards. Really
Right,
funny
and
sorcery.
you're getting a full playset of every card that will not be that is new and will not be in the future set coming out Q1 2027. Is that how we
Yeah,
understand it?
now we're getting into things that might be slightly apocryphal, but that's my understanding from what
Okay.
I've seen in other people's videos and read on the internet. Yeah,
Okay.
they did announce, I think, like through the distribution connections, that the new set's coming out Q1. That all the any you get a full play set of cards that are unique to this precon box, but you don't get a full play set of cards that are included in the next set. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's like alt art for these ones or something.
Oh, that could be interesting. Yeah.
Um, and
Yeah.
that's basically the news. And then there's a number of new spoiled cards. Like now we know what Frost Mage is going to be and what it's going to do, and a few of its cards.
Yeah, it looks like there's 10, 11, 12, maybe 12 cards spoiled at this point. So what if we just go through all of them?
Yeah,
Just kind of talk
that
about them
seems
really quick.
good.
All right, so the first one here is Ground Slam. 4 mana, 1 fire threshold, 1 earth threshold, exceptional magic. An ally strikes its site, deals 2 damage to other units at nearby sites. This is pretty cool. This feels like a big boost to actual aggressive decks. Um,
Yeah. So
Super cool.
my overall take on all of these cards is that sorcery is not resisting power creep.
That's
Like,
fair.
yeah, like, or maybe they're just revealing the really good cards,
Maybe.
but it's yeah, yeah. Ground slam, push damage, also clear tokens and wards. It does seem like all of these, which I think is sort of a pattern, is each set they kind of like release the counters to the previous set. Like a lot of these cards will do really well facing off against the powers of the current meta.
Yeah, that's interesting. Because yeah, it'll clear wards. This will clear wards and clear skeleton tokens, which are from the
Yeah,
two of the best exceptional avatars from Gothic. That makes sense.
yeah,
It also deals with 2 other things that are just annoying as hell, like Koi Nixie and Root Spider, which is pretty cool. So, which are things that people were complaining about and have been complaining about for a while. The Koi Nixie comboed with Thin Ice more than anything else, but Root Spider just in general. So that I think it's also like an answer to those things. So it does seem like they're kind of
yeah,
taking the scuttlebutt from the community and trying to figure out how to answer those things. Seems
yeah,
positive, but you're right. This is kind of power crept, but maybe it is just power crept to answer specific problems they're seeing.
yeah. Let's
Yeah,
look at the next one.
let's do it. Next one I have in my little image file: Smoldering Hollow, an elite site. Genesis damage dealt to nearby units is increased by 1 this turn. So
Do
I
that.
don't know. It's pretty cool. It's kind of like gives all your nearby units a Tor Summer Trinket, or it makes all your deserts ping for 2, or your desert ping for 2. If you somehow trigger it and trigger this in the same turn, I'm not really sure how that would work. Um, and it's only if it's dealt to nearby units. So like it doesn't actually give them the additional power if they're striking sites. So I don't know. It's
Yeah,
interesting. I'm not
I
entirely
mean
sure.
it's an explicit combo with Lavamancer
Yeah,
too. So, which I
yeah,
think is a theme. So, like, maybe let's look at the Lavamancer real quick
yeah. That's
because that
probably a good
will
idea.
contextualize these. The
Yeah. So
Lavamancer,
yeah, you go for it.
pay if you've got 2 earth and 2 fire, you can pay 3 to pull apart a row or column. So basically, do a Rift Valley,
Hmm.
but instead of playing a Rift Valley, you put a rubble there, and then you deal 1 damage to minions near the rubble. So that will hit things underground too, because it. Well, that's interesting. Is underwater nearby a land site? I think the call is going to be no.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually kind of interesting, unless it's flooded somehow.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I guess if there's something that floods the realm in play, it will. Uh, but
good
you
God,
combo that with the hollows, and now you can kill root spiders with your avatar's ability.
which is valuable. It also does stuff, ping stuff above, so it can again, clear tokens, clear wards. If you have it with
Yeah.
the hollow, it can clear Kettletop leprechauns and other 2 power things.
Yeah, and
Um,
it's I mean it's a crazy combo with things like Violet. Like once you are up to 4 sites, it feels like this power starts getting really big because then you can pay 3, have drawn a site per turn. Maybe you got a desert even, right? And then
mhm,
you're tapping to play a site onto the rubble you just made and pinging for more damage, dropping a Violimp, dropping a Kobold, like
yeah,
Warhorse, you name it, like all sorts of stuff happens then.
it does seem like this kind of gives you it's an extra avatar for that earth fire aggressive strat. Um,
Yeah.
People are talking about
I'm
this strategy
curious,
and like it's really cool, but I'm not. It doesn't feel as good as other things to me. But maybe I'm missing something.
like the lava mage itself, or just earth
Like
fire aggro.
its ability, like the ability on Lavamancer. Like I just don't see how that's like. I mean, I see it. I do. I see how it's good, but it just like doesn't seem like it's coming up that often and
Yeah, it's
mattering.
I think they're really pushing to try and make quality a real archetype. Like we've talked
Mm-hmm.
about this as like the fourth archetype where your deck doesn't have card advantage. It doesn't necessarily have like guaranteed tempo of full aggro, and it's not like tricks or combo, but you just like every card you play is somehow worth more than the average card. And abilities like this are trying to make that possible, right? Where like your Violimp in this deck is maybe better than a normal Violimp because you can pay 3 to like give it some extra oomph and like same,
Yeah. Yeah, that
but
makes
I
sense.
I have trouble believing that this Lavamancer will emerge as an S class avatar.
Yeah, me too. But maybe we'll be wrong. All right,
Yeah.
so the
Yeah.
last one that we have confirmed for the Lavamancer deck is Lava Elementalist. Elemental, 4 mana,
Mhm.
2 fire threshold, 2 earth threshold, 4 power. Is an earth and fire spellcaster. Is an exceptional spirit, and Genesis deal 2 damage to target adjacent unit. So
Oh my god.
big Violimp that can be
Yeah.
warded, and I don't know. It's pretty cool. Earth Fire
Play it
spellcaster. Like
like
it's got a lot of
town.
things going on, but like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe Earthfire Elementalist will be a cool deck, and I
Yeah,
still
maybe.
always, you know, but yeah, very cool card. It does seem, I guess, yeah, 2 ping on a 4 power body is pretty good.
Yeah, the
Like,
fact that there's
but what else
less.
wants that slot though?
I mean, this feels to me like it's in direct competition with Gargantula and Paladins of Bosnia. Um,
Yeah.
Paladins is probably the closest one in terms of actuality, but it I don't know. The ward might be more valuable.
I mean, yeah. Gargantula is a great example of a card that's just better in this slot
Better,
most
yeah,
of the
way better
time.
in this slot. But Paladins of
Um,
Bosnia is kind of equivalent, maybe.
yeah, Monstrous Lion is what I was thinking. Which these are all elites, so maybe in the court era, having
This is
this be an
better.
exceptional edges it into some decks.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, well that's everything from the Elementalist. Let's or the Lavamancer. I'm gonna say the wrong thing forever now. Let's jump to the Frost Mage. So the Frost Mage is normal avatar, 20 life, 1 power, tap draw sight, player draw sight, and then it has 2 air threshold, 2 water threshold, pay 2 mana. Once on your turn, encase target nearby minion in ice. It is disabled and takes no damage until your next turn. Um, this feels more useful to me. um,
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
yeah,
Um,
that's a cool ability. It's also cheaper. 2 mana is a lot easier to get to. This is gonna like encourage you to step forward, which is kind of weird. Like Frost Mage wants to be near
yeah,
stuff. Um, but I don't know. Maybe this goes in the deck with um, Cloud City or whatever flies itself around. Um,
yeah. I mean, your Riptides and your Blinks. I mean, that's what's great about
yeah,
Mist. Is you
that's
could
fair.
literally run 8 Riptide Blink, and then you can card neutrally get your Lavamancer to the front lines.
Yeah, that is a pretty big deal. That's I don't know. That's pretty cool. The encased in ice and disabled thing. It feels like it's surprisingly aggressive bent. Like it's gonna be really good with aggressive things. That's the thing that's interesting to me about it. Is like it's like gaining you life and giving you a chance to attack your opponent, which doesn't necessarily
Hmm.
always feel like what Mist is trying to do, but it feels like it has an aggressive. It's going to be very good with aggressive things. Um,
Yeah, I mean, what's really interesting with it is I wonder if it will ever be used to set up a Whirling Blades. So, because it applies to your own minions too, so you could lock your minion in ice to protect it,
and
right?
then
Like,
from what?
and then on your next turn, you can cast Whirling Blades,
Oh,
right?
I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like,
Okay. So
sometimes,
you
like when you're behind on tempo in these mist decks, sometimes it's hard to like keep your body on the board, and like as soon as you can get your Lugbog cat to survive, it can Whirling Blades every fire minion in the world off the board, right?
right? Yeah, you freeze your Lugbog cat, you freeze your Dapperel vampire, then you Whirling Blades.
Yeah,
Um, that's
it
interesting.
doesn't like it's the same with it's like Monster Morphosis, but maybe more viable. Where like it's like, are you really like they
At
still
least it's
could
not a
just
card.
bury it.
At least it's
Yeah,
not a
yeah,
card.
exactly. Yeah, you don't spend a card, so, but it is a gamble where you're like, but there are situations where maybe they have like if they have on the board kill potential for your minion, that then you could protect it for a turn and
Yeah,
then
and
do something with it.
the takes no damage is interesting for sure.
Yeah,
There are obviously still ways to get rid of things, right?
yeah, exactly.
Like if you were able to do it to a stealthed minion, they can't touch it. I guess there's ways to get around that too, but still. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so then the
Yeah.
next one I have for this deck is uh, Aria Wraith. 3 mana,
Hmm.
1 air threshold, 2 power, elite spirit, stealth, break stealth, destroy all artifacts and disabled minions nearby. I mean,
Yeah,
just the initial thing of just destroy all artifacts. I mean, that's gonna be valuable. That kills rings, Ring of Morgan, which
yeah,
is huge. It kills cores and other toolboxes and other random stuff that's sitting around. Um,
yeah. I mean, this is and that's I think they're building these decks so combo oriented that maybe they will be viable, right? Where it's like
yeah,
this pairs like because effectively this is 5 mana, destroy any minion nearby your avatar.
yeah. I mean, it also disables it, so like that there's things that it could get around potentially with
Yeah,
that. No, I don't know. Yeah, that's interesting. Um, that is kind of a cool combo, and then it just like has additional upside of like killing things that are hanging out above a root spider, or which obviously isn't in this deck, but could be
interesting.
cool in
Yeah,
that. But yeah,
yeah,
cool.
yeah. You
Okay,
could
so
use
then
it to kill something that your hyper parasite picked up.
yeah. Oh, that would be really cool. Hyper Parasite with it. That's a better one because then it's disabled. You kill it, then you can move forward, attack, pick out something else up. I like that. That's actually a combo. It's less combo-y. It's less worthless than the Root Spider Gargantula stuff I was thinking of.
Yeah,
All right. Next one that I have here is Frostbolt. 3 mana, one
the
air, one
the
water.
first reveal.
Yeah, this was the first reveal. Yeah. Exceptional magic. Shoot a 3 damage projectile. On impact, all adjacent units are disabled until your next turn. So again, this
Yeah,
combos with the Aria Wraith.
yeah,
Um,
combos. Yeah, it's all combos with each other. It's yes. That I mean, that seems like just a good card.
it does. Yeah.
Like
I
I
mean,
don't.
it'll see play in elementalist decks if nothing else. But yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's a
cool.
free card in Elementalist. Although Elementalist is hitting that point where there's so many good cards that you can play in any Elementalist deck, you actually have to make hard
Start cutting them.
choices.
Yeah, that's totally fair. All right, next
um,
I have the Frost Elemental. Four
okay,
mana,
that's Elemental.
4 mana, 4 power, 2 air, 2 water threshold, air and water spellcaster, an exceptional spirit. And this one has just Genesis, disable target adjacent unit until your next turn. Um, so yeah, it's the same thing. It combos with all the stuff in this deck and makes sense. Do you have your tinfoil hat out here for this next question I have to ask you? Why does it say disable target adjacent unit?
Well,
Does
I'm
that
glad you asked. I have many theories. Where is my tinfoil hat? No,
yeah.
I think we have a new unit type coming, and I don't. My 2 cents is that I think they'll probably drop it in the next full set. That we won't see a unit that's not an avatar or a minion in Frostmage versus Lavamancer, but that in the next set or the set after, they're going to introduce a new unit type. And I've been discussing this with a number of people about what the new unit type might be. To me, the most likely, based on all the spoilers, is vehicles, which was a joke someone made at some point because I guess that happened in Magic and
It
everyone
did.
made fun of it.
Yeah.
But the strong indications of the potential for that sort of interplanetary romance, like space fantasy, being the theme of the next set. Like the next set, I feel like we're down to the point where it's got to be either space fantasy or pantheons. And
Yeah.
everything in Shark Boy versus Lavamancer kind of could go either way. Like it feels a little more pantheons,
It feels more of that to me.
but like the silver bullet reveal and like the things said, like I actually think the sort of what's it called, John Carter style, like interplanetary fantasy is
But that
more
one also has,
likely.
doesn't John Carter have an element of the Pantheon stuff to it? Like doesn't he like
Oh yeah, well
I don't
that's
think I
I
ever
feel
saw
like
that.
I
But
mean it's the same with like Stargate and like I just feel like any
oh,
inter like
yeah.
once you start doing like these interplanetary things, it's like all gods are just aliens that came to Earth and then left and
Yeah.
then got treated as gods. But
That's fair.
the yeah, I think both are possible. I'd prefer pantheons, but if they do go for like a sort of uh, dimensions and outer realms and interplanetary fantasy thing, vehicles could fit really well into it. And a vehicle could be a unit that has like the move ability, but doesn't have a move and attack ability, and has a toughness but no attack power, and can be
Oh,
disabled, right?
that's interesting. Yeah, so that
Yeah,
is
so like
interesting.
vehicles are just units for carrying other units that maybe have an effect where they end up or where they are. So I could see vehicles being the new unit type. I also think a new unit type could be like a neutral party unit type. Like originally my pitch was that they were going to introduce deities as like a new unit type, and when you play a deity, it's like not under either player's control entirely because
It
it's
just
like
like
a deity.
it just like sits there and does a thing globally and
Yeah,
then no one can really
yeah,
touch
like
it.
changes the game. Yeah,
Yeah.
and so I could definitely see something like that being the new unit type.
The
Um,
other thing that I'm curious about is, and this is a little less tin hatty and a little bit more within the game. What could this be? And I'm curious if it is foreshadowing a codex change for oversized units, especially auras that have been animated. sites that are minions, like um,
Mm,
uh, Free City and Troll Bridge, things that have toughness that are not power and toughness that are not minions. I'm curious if it's that. So like maybe this comes down and it disables the Troll Bridge.
yeah, yeah, that's possible,
If we
and
have a
it could
codex
also be automatons could end up because I think
being
in the
valued, yeah.
original cards, like automaton doesn't say minion on it. Am I remembering that right?
It it doesn't, but then like it says it's treated as a minion somewhere in the codex.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like a rule thing that automatons are treated as minions, but it, I guess minions don't say minion on them either. They say they're dragon or beast or whatever,
Right.
right? But I guess the
Automaton is basically like a
automaton
minion
becoming,
type.
yeah, it's a minion type right now, but I could see them making it a separate unit type. That's, I think, the least likely theory. I also could see, yeah, there's a lot of new units they can introduce. I also like the idea of like a unit that is under the control of the active or inactive player always, and it's not a minion, right? It's like
Interesting.
so like you play, it's sort of like Cell Sword, but it's always switching control. So like on your turn, you untap it and gain control of it. On their turn, right, and it just passes back and forth.
Like a cell sword
Or
that can block, but then just like never instead of just never becomes untapped.
yeah,
Kind of thing.
yeah.
That's interesting. Oy.
Anyways, yeah,
Okay, so
those are my various theories.
there's some cool stuff there. I hope we find out soon. Who knows?
And there's
There's two
many cards in this, like Frostbolt and Elemental both say disable unit, not
unit.
disable minion.
That's
So
fair. So yeah, that could. And obviously, the reason this is all coming up is because the only unit we have that can be disabled right now is minion, because even though avatars are units, they cannot be disabled in the
mm,
current rulings. So that could also be changing. But yeah.
yeah, that's.
Okay.
I mean, some people have conjectured that there's going to be some way to make avatars disableable, which I hate. That would be awful if that was true.
Yeah.
I don't believe it,
I wonder if it's
but
like they can't pay mana to activate their ability, something
yeah,
like that.
yeah. If you disable your avatar, does that mean your game you don't get to do things?
Yeah, that seems
I
weird.
don't know. Yeah.
All right, so we got two cards left
Okay.
here.
Last
Last
cards.
two. 1 mana, 1 air threshold, shatter, exceptional magic, destroy a nearby target artifact or disabled minion. Um, so again, just kind of combos with the this is just 3 mana, kill a minion near, destroy a minion near your avatar, near your Frostmage, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it also has the additional effect of um, getting an artifact. I'm curious, does the nearby modify the target artifact and the disabled minion? Um, and then, I guess, is it like, does that make sense? So, like, is it destroy a nearby target artifact or disabled minion, or is it destroy target nearby target artifact or disabled minion? Does that make sense?
I
Like,
think
there's no
both
comma
have to be. Yeah, I agree. I can see what you're confused by, and I assume it means the minion or the artifact. Either one would have to be nearby to
and
target it.
targetable.
Yeah. Um, I love that this is a reference to an old Magic card too.
Yeah,
Um,
it
like
is.
I
And
love when they literally just like dispel,
name it.
disenchant,
Yeah.
shatter. Like, uh, but
Yeah.
this is this is the bone spear, right, of Frost Mage, where they're like printing this really cheap card that on its surface looks like it should be good in this one deck particularly, and that makes me suspect that it's not good.
The fact that it destroys a nearby or it can hit an artifact makes me think that it's theoretically playable in Archie. because it's just 1 mana, put a spell in your bin. It doesn't cycle itself, but
Yeah,
like
it doesn't cycle. That's like 1 mana cards are generally bad. Like the 1 mana cards people play are like Ring of Morrigan,
and
Torchor
divine
Trinket,
healing.
Divine Healing. Like, is this Divine Healing good? Like,
No,
I don't,
no,
I
it's
don't
not.
think so. It's a good. I like it as a silver bullet card, like because it's cheap, which is nice with silver bullet.
Yeah,
And there's,
the
yeah,
the fact that it's cheap, a cheap exceptional, is a huge deal for Silver Bullet for sure.
yeah, and it's obviously like in Frost Mage, it's pay 3 mana, destroy target nearby minion. But Polymorph is pay 2 mana, destroy target nearby minion, right?
But this is copy three,
Or
4, and 5.
artifact. Yeah. Yeah, but would you run 5 polymorphs if you could?
Probably polymorph is so good. Polymorph is like I oh man, polymorph is to me the best removal spell in the game. It's just so good.
It
Um,
is really good. So maybe
but
Shatter is good.
all right, so okay, so
Okay.
that's that
That's
one.
all of them. Oh
Last
no,
card.
there's one more.
There's
Yeah.
one more. Uh, the white death, 2 mana, 2 air threshold, 2 power, a unique mortal, um, ranged 3, stealth, and lethal while stealthed. Um, I was expecting there to be another line of text that said doesn't lose stealth to use its ranged attack, like that other one, because there's that
Mm,
other one that does that.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but I'm actually glad it doesn't have that because of the lethal while stealth. This thing would be crazy if it wasn't that.
I think
Thoughts
this
on
is
this one?
uh, I think it's the Nelly long arms basically, and that it is almost incredible, but will actually end up getting cut from most decks.
Does the stealth matter? Because like the thing that Nelly has trouble with is she sits there on your front line, vulnerable to all, and then just like eats half of a magic missiles.
Yeah.
Um, but this, because it's stealthed, in theory, it's more likely to stick around.
Yeah. I mean, if it had like Void Walk, maybe. I don't know. Like stealth helps, but it's not like it still doesn't protect you from any like ground slam kills this, right? Like this
Yeah,
is gonna be super easy to kill. I mean, what's gonna be really like it's gonna be so fun for like 1 month to play these two decks against each other because I'm very like I'm sure they did a lot to try and balance it, and they both like look like they would destroy each other easily from what we've seen so far, which is not very much, right? But
great.
it's like everything in each deck counters everything in the other deck. Like I think it might end up being like a die roll win when these two decks play. Like you go first, you win.
That would be really really funny if that were the way it worked out. Um, um, yeah. So that's the last of the cards. Oh, my last thought on this one is it's mortal, so it can hold a ward in a savior deck. Um,
That's if
which
you can ward this, then it's better than an out. So then it is 3 mana in a savior deck and is wardable. So warded and stealthed, it should be able to survive most things.
yeah, I mean it doesn't survive earthquake, but what does?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, that's the last thing I have to say on that one, and that's the last card we have. So yeah, last thoughts on these cards or the Lavamancer Frostmage stuff?
I mean, I guess my final thoughts, and I'm sure everyone said this already. I'm a little behind on my sorcery content, but it's I'm worried about life between from now until the actual set release. Like this is going to be interesting for the constructed meta, but them being these explicit, like I'm glad that most of the card reveals, like that they're revealing a lot of single element cards, and I hope that there's that all the good cards aren't dual element in these decks, because then it just feels like it's pushing everyone towards these two elemental combinations, which are kind of the two dominant elemental combinations already.
Yeah. If they were gonna push people toward an element combinations, it should have been the two that don't have omphiloses. It should have been
Yeah,
earth, air, and fire, water. Um,
would have been cool. Yeah, like that's a great point. But I think this is going to be really cool for a little bit. I'm sad by by the official news that we're not getting a new set until the first quarter next year. I do think it'll be good in the long run. Like this is something that Lord of Itza said, that having set releases, like if they were released another set in December, like they did last year, like that was not an ideal time to have set releases. So if they can get on a first quarter every year, we get a new set cadence, that would be great.
yeah, I'm really hoping that this is a dual decks got released in the wrong quarter on accident, and by
Hmm.
because of issues and stuff, printing issues or whatever, and then we'll end up with a Q1 set and a Q2 supplemental deck, and then something like that moving forward. And hopefully we can actually hit a cadence where we actually get repeatable cadence. I hope it just doesn't just keep changing forever, because that's the part that
Yeah,
is hard from my perspective.
yeah, yeah. It would be great. I think what would be ideal is Q1 set releases, Q3, fun supplemental product like this. Um,
Yeah, that is actually really interesting because like the meta has been shifting in constructed. It's just been shifting constantly, and it's still
right.
not solved. I don't think.
Yeah, the game is. I think that's very true. Well, in the courts do something funny, but I don't think they really change that much, but they do something funny. So
Yeah, they're more of a mind game at this point. But yeah.
yeah. Well,
Anyway,
cool.
well,
That's the
we're
sorcery news.
yeah. Well, this is not a short episode anymore, but that is okay.
This is our bonus makeup
Bonus
content.
makeup episode now, not bonus. Yeah. All right.
Let
Well,
us know what we missed, or if you have any thoughts
yeah.
on
Happy to hear 'em.
all of this.
Yeah. And until next time, catch you later.